Hey Trinia friends, we're here today with our weekly communication, and today I'm joined by Pat Sexton, who is president of the council. Pat, there is so much going on right now. I wanted to make sure we could come to all our people here at Tronium and give them an update of what's going on. Why don't you talk a little bit about the exciting news for this weekend?
Sure. So this weekend we are going to have our first open service together as a congregation. We are going to try it outside again, as you may have seen on our video from last week. We tried doing the worship service outside, and so we've got some kinks we've figured out, hopefully, with the audio and some other little things that may not have been as noticeable. But we are going to look to start worship again outside.
That's great.
This weekend.
Pat, why outside and not inside in the sanctuary?
Well, there's a couple of reasons. First of all, I don't know how much of the CDC guidelines everyone has read, but one of the big things that they say puts going to church at such a high risk is the singing. And if we worship outside, we get the opportunity to sing, and that is a really important part to a lot of people's experience at Trondheim. Another reason is we're going to have more space to spread out. As we keep hearing, social distancing or physical distancing.
Funny you mentioned that, Pat. Look at this.
Is very important in preventing the spread of COVID-19, and so that'll give us a chance to more easily spread out 6 feet from each other.
This is our
in
6 feet
groups.
distancing rope.
And the last reason, I think, is it's summer. Why not? We've got a beautiful setting up here on top of the hill.
We do.
And so I think we should take advantage of this and take the opportunity to have worship outside.
It's not like summer lasts all year in Minnesota.
No, we'll have plenty of time to spread out inside the church if we need to later in the fall.
I agree.
Some things that you could bring if you do decide to come to worship service on Sunday. Again, if you do not feel comfortable coming to meet in a larger group, please do not feel obligated to do that.
We're still videotaping the service.
Right, we will be videotaping the service, and I think we're going to try and stream it on Facebook Live again, like we did last week. But if you do decide to come, some things you could bring, a chair or a blanket to sit on. We are going to be worshiping outside, and so we don't have any pews out here, so please bring a lawn chair, or maybe you've got a blanket to sit on. We are going to ask people to bring their own communion elements, so whether that's a piece of bread or some crackers, if you want to bring some wine or juice of your own.
Even water, because, you know, Jesus works through the ordinary.
And it's going to be warm on Sunday. Let's see, next, if you would like to bring a shade tent to have some shade while we're out here.
Or an umbrella.
Or an umbrella. That would be something you could consider bringing along. Or maybe just your favorite hat to give yourself a little bit of shade.
That's an awesome hat, Pat.
It works all the way around, face and neck.
There you go.
And lastly, we would like people to please bring a mask as you're coming to worship. We are going to be outside and we will be spread out, but especially since we are going to be singing, that's going to project the droplets that the virus may travel with. And we don't always know if we have COVID-19. It's something.
That's right. It can take a while for those symptoms to show up.
Right. You could be what they call an asymptomatic carrier of the virus. And so please do bring a mask. I believe we will have some up at church here. If you don't have one or you happen to forget yours, we'll have some that you could use for the day or probably take home.
Fantastic. All this will be coming out in a Thursday email, plus probably a reminder email Saturday before we worship on Sunday, so be watching for that in your email box.
If by chance we do have a change in the weather, we will post by 8 a.m. If we are going to cancel the outdoor service.
That's
and that'll
right.
be posted on the church website, Facebook page, and I think we may try and do a church-wide email if we are going to cancel the service due to rain.
That's right. Well, Pat, we've got other big news, don't we?
Yes. Starting on Monday, we are going to start working, not we, I'm not going to be up there, but we are going to start having the roof of the church, the shingled section of the church, replaced by a local company. This is something that we've been working on since last summer when we had some wind damage. I believe it was June 4th. And so to give you a quick rundown of the cost of that and how it's going to affect the church's finances, the total cost of that is going to be just under $24,000. We've got a little more than $5,000 that was left over from earmarked donations for the flat roof repairs. We also we have received around $7,000 from our insurance company to cover part of the repairs from that wind damage. And we also received a $5,000 donation from a very kind family in our congregation family to help cover the cost of the roof. So altogether, we've got approximately $17,000 out of the $24,000 covered.
That really narrows the gap, doesn't it?
Yes. And so if you are able to make a specific donation and gear that towards the roof repairs, we may also be doing some other outreach to help cover the cost for the church. But there was some significant damage that we had patched last summer, but it's time that we just get that taken care of.
Yeah, I hear the shingles just keep coming off the roof, Pat. We can find them in the yard, so it's time.
That's true.
We just don't have much choice anymore. It's been on our capital plan for several years and approved with our annual budget to raise money for some of these capital issues as the need arises. And unfortunately, the need has arisen. A tough time for it, but
Yes.
I'm confident we can pull together and get this done. It'll be
Yes,
nice
and
to have it behind us.
Yes, it will be nice to have that checked off of our capital improvement plan.
Yep. Finally, more exciting news, right?
Yes, this week we did appoint 2 new people to the church council that have agreed to fill out the remainder of this year's term.
Yep, because we had a couple vacancies yet that we needed to fill for our constitution.
Yes, and so Lori Valak is going to rejoin us on council for the remainder of the year, and Dee Dee Little is going to help us out on council also. And so a big thank you to those 2.
Yeah, very capable. I'm excited to have their leadership on board.
Yes, and it is great to have a full council again as we move forward in this time.
Fantastic. Well, there you have it. All the headlines from Charnham Church this week. We hope to see you Sunday or online. Have a great day.
Thank you. Have a great day.